Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool arcade game video for you this evening. We got this in and thought we'd film a video and talk about it a little bit because it's so interesting. This is Atari's Road Riot 4-wheel drive. Now, we've already done a video on Road Riot 4-wheel drive. As a matter of fact, we may have done a couple of them. But this particular one is a kit. I think maybe they all were, but this one's a kit, and it's in a really interesting cabinet. So I figured we'd document it and show you what they did and look at the manual a little bit and then play it a little bit. Because we get this question all the time. And we've got a lot of new viewers, and we get a lot of people that haven't owned an arcade game or haven't been on the operating side of it, have never operated one. So maybe they don't know about this issue. But this is a Atari Road Riot 4-wheel drive kit that's been placed in an older game, which we run into all the time. So let's check it out. Now, obviously, you can probably tell which game this was placed in. This is an old Spy Hunter arcade game. I had to hit the sneeze button. I'm not sick or anything, don't worry. This is an old Spy Hunter, Midway Spy Hunter arcade game, which you can tell because the cabinet is so unique. As soon as you see it, you just know what game it is. You know, that's obviously that was a Spy Hunter at one point that they have turned into a completely different game. So why would they do that? What are they thinking? Oh man, Spy Hunter's a classic. It's a classic and it's worth like $2,000 now. I mean, it's a Midway MCR game. All of those are, very collectible. So everybody likes Spy Hunter, or most people do. Tron was an MCR game. Those are some of the most desirable big name games that were out. Why would they turn it into a Road Riot 4-wheel drive? Why don't they turn it back into a Spy Hunter? And we get this comment and question from people all the time. So I figured we'd show it a little bit and talk a little bit about it. Spy Hunter came out in, I believe, 83, something like that. And yes, this is a Midway Spy Hunter cabinet. And this is the only game that was in this cabinet. So if you see one of these, it's obviously a Spy Hunter. But what happened was, after the game was out a little while, all of y'all got tired of it. So it came out in 82 or 83, something like that. And then once it's out for a year or two, something better comes along. And now nobody's playing Spy Hunter as much. So let's say you're the operator. Well, now you have this Spy Hunter that doesn't earn any money. Or maybe it earns $10 a week. Right? So you're used to it making... It's in a location where there's only 3 games. And it's making $10 a week instead of the 50 or 60 a week that it was making. Or maybe even more. Well, just for whatever reason, it's no longer performing. So you've got this entire cabinet here that doesn't make as much money and ends up sitting in your warehouse because you want a game that's going to earn out on location, right? So maybe if the game came out in 83, maybe 85 or 86, that's what happened. Okay, now this particular cabinet would be very hard to turn into a different game because look at the control panel. Are you going to put a joystick like right here, sticking straight out for somebody to play Street Fighter on or whatever? No. So these companies came up with specific games that worked well and no matter what you put it in. So this was originally a driving game, Spy Hunter. So this Atari Road Riot 4-wheel drive game uses this big yoke and it mounts perfectly on a Spy Hunter type control panel. Now they probably didn't design it just for Spy Hunter. I mean, you could put it in any cabinet, but it's just a game that works really well in a Spy Hunter cabinet because you can see how they did it. It fits on that control panel really well. It's great. And then you had the original Spy Hunter pedal down here that they have removed and put the Road Riot 4-wheel drive pedal up in there. So let's say you're an operator. This thing's been sitting in the warehouse for a while, isn't making any money, and now you can buy this kit for $600 or whatever it was, turn this cabinet into a newer game, and now you can get it back out on location and it's earning all kinds of money again. Well, maybe not all kinds of money, but it's earning plenty of money again. So that's what they did. And I'm sure this Road Riot was probably putting a ton of Spy Hunters. Because, again, it's a weird cabinet that you can't put a lot of different games in. It's either going to be stay a spy hunter and not earn any money, or it's going to become something like this. It's going to play some music for you. Okay. All right. So we've talked about this before, and again, I believe on this same game in a different cabinet, but people get all uptight about this and say, oh, they ruined the Spy Hunter. Well, the operator that did this, if the game wasn't going to make any money for him, what else would he have done with it? He probably would have thrown it in the trash. And as crazy as that sounds, go talk to some old school operators, and they'll tell you that they parted tons of games. That was their nice term for you keep the monitor out of it and throw the rest of it in the trash. Right? Tons of games got destroyed. That's why it's a little harder to find them now. They threw them the hell away because they weren't making them any money. That was the whole purpose of the cabinet. So while it sucks that this thing got turned into a different game, here we are in 2020. This Road Riot 4-wheel drive came out in 1991. So in 83 it was a Spy Hunter. In 91 it was turned into a Road Riot. And then it has lived all these years, 29 years, as a Road Riot. But by doing that, the guy found a way to juice a little bit more money out of it, and it means that the cabinet has lasted all this time. So if somebody really wants to make a Spy Hunter again and they can't find a cabinet, you could convert this Road Riot 4-wheel drive back into one. This cabinet probably wouldn't have survived if the guy wouldn't have kitted it. If he would have left it a Spy Hunter without making any money, he probably would have parted it out and thrown it away. So while it sucks that it's a different game, at least it's still here. Part of it's still here, right? And he did a fairly clean kit. I mean, he put the button here, the start button, where the shifter goes on Spy Hunter. And then he put the yoke right where the yoke goes on Spy Hunter. It's a pretty clean kit. If you look on the side, he very carefully taped off the Spy Hunter art. There's different art here on Spy Hunter. He taped it off, painted it black, and then put the Road Riot art, centered it and everything, and got it on there pretty nice, right? And you can see where some of the black is scraped off, and you can see the Spy Hunter art still underneath it. So you very likely could strip this art off and take the paint back off and get your original art back. Now the cabinet's not in the greatest of shape. It's been abused a little bit over the years, so the bottom of it has been wet at some point. So it's not rock steady like it ought to be. But the cabinet does still exist. There's also, some operators did nice clean kits and some operators did crappy ones. This one's a pretty clean kit. If you did not know what Spy Hunter looked like, and you saw this, you might think that this came from the factory as a Road Riot 4-wheel drive. Back whenever I used to play games when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I didn't realize that they were in the wrong cabinets. Like I didn't know that. Oh, they used the old game and turned it into a new one. I never knew that, right? I never even noticed it. So if it was a good kit and they did a good job like this one, sometimes it could slide by people and they just think it's a brand new game. Now, with all of this said, check this out. We have this one, Street Fighter 2. This is a kit as well. This is not the original cabinet for Street Fighter 2. It was another one of the really popular games to put in cabinets. To the point that, and this cabinet is so kind of generic that it's kind of hard to even tell what it is. What is this thing? If I was going to guess, Joe's a lot better at figuring these out than me. This is probably like a a Data East game of some type, like a well, it's going to be something like Main Event or something like that. I think that's a Konami game. Konami's Main Event or something. They've changed the control panel, it looks like. It's different. See how there's no T-molding around the edges of the control panel? So what happened was it had some kind of larger control panel they took off and just used a new piece of wood and got everything decent on it. So it's the same thing, but that one is such a kind of generic shape that you can't really tell by looking at it that that's not how it originally was, you know. This one, though, just jumps out at you. Obviously, that's a Spy Hunter. So I'll grab a screwdriver and we'll look inside of it and see if anything's left. What do you think? If you look at the bezel here while it's turned off, you can actually see burn-in from when it was Spy Hunter. So imagine that it's turned sideways. I'm going to turn the camera sideways. Don't get vertigo. So you can kind of tell that it was Spy Hunter. It's still got the Spy Hunter burn-in. Okay, folks, we got the back door off. It's got the little dip switch setting sheet for Spy Hunter still in it. And over here it has like a, can't hardly see it, but there's like a serial number tag over there. It's got the Spy Hunter monitor that has just been turned around, so they've made it horizontal instead of vertical like Spy Hunter was, which, interestingly enough, it looks like the cabinet allowed you to do. So it looks like it was designed where you could do that, or maybe not. Nope, I'm wrong. See the screws there? They had to mount it and then put new bolts in it to get it to line up. Oh, up at the top, it has the speakers still in it, and the original bulb fixture still in it, but of course the marquee has been changed to the Road Riot 4-wheel drive marquee. They also have all of the Atari kits came with this sticker that you could put on the back of the cabinet to make it even look more official. So it's a Wells Garner K4900 monitor. They've taken, now on Spy Hunter, originally it had this big suitcase in the bottom. The bottom's been replaced too. It had this big suitcase in the bottom that all the power runs into, and then the power runs out of it into a power supply that's mounted right there. So the mounting bracket is still there, but the actual power supply is gone. And they've replaced that with a switching power supply, like just a more modern Peter Chow switching power supply that does 12 volts, -5, and regular 5. And then the board they've mounted over here, the original Spy Hunter board would have also been mounted over there. But the wiring is all different, so they've rewired the whole thing. They've got a JAMA harness that goes to all the different controls and everything that's been mounted. So all of the wiring that made it a Spy Hunter is gone, and they updated it to the JAMA harness that must have came with the kit. So if you were going to turn it back, you've got the monitor, and you've got the cabinet, and you got a lot of the brackets and stuff like that, but you would need the power supply, which isn't that big of a deal. You would need to rebuild the power brick down on the bottom, which isn't that big of a deal, and then you'd need the board set, which is probably $300 or $400 by now. So you've got that expense, which would be significant. You'd have to remake a wiring harness, but you could do that on a Spy Hunter. Most of the connections are edge connections. Molex connections on pins, I believe. Yeah. So most of them are Molex connections. So you could even take this harness and turn it into a Spy Hunter harness. It would just take a considerable amount of time. There's also a board that is the absolute position PCB, which makes the yoke work, so you'd have to find that. Those aren't too expensive though. There was also a sound amp that mounts over here that runs the wiring for the speakers. That's missing, so you'd need that. That's not too expensive either though. There was also the famous Sounds Good board, or I think it was the Cheap Squeak Deluxe that was in this one, that mounted over here originally, that played the Peter Gunn theme on Spy Hunter. You would also need the yoke that's missing from the control panel. You would need the artwork from the control panel. You would need the shifter from the control panel. You would need the gas pedal to add back in. So, you would need the marquee, which was a nice glass silk screened marquee. So you're looking at probably, let me think, 400, 500. There was a lamp board too that ran some of the lamps and stuff. 600, counting those 3 boards. 650. You need the marquee again. You need the bezel, the glass bezel. It's not there anymore. It would be a lot of work. You'd probably be $800-900 worth of parts to make it back into a Spy Hunter. And the cabinet's not fantastic. It's been water damage. You can see where the water was at some point. So, yeah, you could kit it back into a Spy Hunter, but by my count, it's going to be about $900 to get all the stuff together to make it a Spy Hunter again. So, if you ask, well, why don't you turn it back into a Spy Hunter? That's why. we could leave it a Road Riot 4-wheel drive. So there, we could take the parts out of this that can be used for someone else's Spy Hunter. There's not too much value there. Or we could spend the $900 to turn it back into a Spy Hunter, and all of the work too. I mean, think of the work it would require. Or we could just leave it this game and have fun playing it. What do you think about that? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you some pictures and play you a little music of some other Road Riot 4-wheel drives that we've had that have also been in strange cabinets, and see if you can figure out which cabinet it is. Okay? So I'll show you a few pictures. We'll play a little music, and you tell me if you can tell. Now, one of them will be easy because we did a video about it, but you tell me if you can tell what cabinets these are. So we'll do this one first, though. All right, folks, we're going to film Matt playing it. Our buddy Matt showed up. We're going to see if he's any good at it. What do you think, Matt?
Probably not.
Probably not. All right, well, hit start. Or how do you start it? Oh, there you go. There you go. Look, the chick's appropriately dressed for a racing game.
Yeah, of course. See, yellow.
Boy, she looks cool. I like her. There she is again.
All right.
There is a gas pedal, Matt.
All right, can't see in the dark. Where is it at? There it is.
This is a Riot, Road Riot, four-wheel drive. Now, I was just showing them pictures, Matt, of how operators would turn everything from Atari Warriors, you know that game, right?
Yeah.
Paperboy, you know that game?
No Paperboy, yeah.
Tron. Into this game.
Why Tron into this?
They turned a Tron into this game.
Why would they do a crime like that?
Because Tron, at the time,
Was old, I guess.
was old and didn't make any money, so this was new, and they turned a Tron into this game. What do you think about that?
I mean, by today's standards, that's a crime.
So, how old are you, Matt?
It'd be 32 this year.
Matt's 32. So, what do you think about this cabinet that this game is in?
Let's see. It doesn't ring any bells. Like it's a boxy one, but I don't. Am I supposed to recognize it?
No, I'm just saying. Have you ever seen it?
I can't say that I
You
have.
remember seeing it in the arcade or anything?
No, I don't think I don't remember too many 2D games in the arcade when I went.
Uh huh. Does it remind you of any other game or anything?
Honestly, it reminds me of like a race driving, but I'm pretty sure it's not that.
Oh, the game Race Driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool game.
I remember it had a boxy top like this.
Uh huh.
But no, so what it is used to be.
All right, step back and look at it. See if you can tell.
Let's see.
Maybe you can tell by the side art.
Oh, side art. Road Riot 4-wheel drive, right?
Uh huh. You think it came from the factory like that?
No, I don't.
You don't think so? Why not?
Just from the hints you've been dropping here. But I'm not sure what it used to
Hey, look, I'm in the video.
be. So I gave up what it used to be.
This game it entered the world as a spy hunter.
Oh yeah. I remember the Spy Hunter. Yeah.
It's not just like that, but it's similar to that.
Yeah.
So what do you think about them taking a spy hunter and turning it into a Road Riot four-wheel drive?
Not as bad of a crime as the Tron, but still pretty bad.
People watching this video are probably going, "What in the world?" I just put in the video like a bunch of pictures of the game that they turned it into and then what it originally was.
I will say I was never any good at Spy Hunter either.
All right, try it out. Let's see if you're any better this time. You might have to die first though, because you've been standing around talking.
Yeah. Let's see, can I go run over people in the crowd?
No. You can explode. Damn! You blew up your dune buggy by running into an ambulance.
Oh no, I just drove through it. Okay. Oh. You don't get to explore the wilderness.
Watch out for that tree.
Watch out for that tree!
I'm gonna hit that cow.
Oh, the cow hit you. You're not very good at this game.
Nah, I didn't. Told you I wasn't gonna be.
Okay, you'll have to try harder next time. These people are wanting to see the second level.
Yeah. I guess there's no easy way to restart on these, are there?
No, because you paid for it. So you got to get your quarters working.
So I guess it's supposed to be Kansas with all the corn.
Is Kansas corn?
Yeah, I think the entire Midwest is corn.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Look out.
You're in 4th place. I
Yeah.
believe the other people may have actually finished, but
Oh, they actually lapped me. When I started, they were already lapping me.
boy, you are pretty bad at this.
Does the shooting even really do anything? I didn't really...
Well, if you were anywhere near the other cars,
Well,
yes, it would.
when I hit them, I didn't really notice it doing anything.
It stuns them.
Yeah, I passed that guy.
You can't really blow them up or anything.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I passed the guy. You know, in case I didn't.
I saw Elvis earlier. We need to see what the Elvis selection is. Whenever it looked like it might let you pick your track or something.
Oh, okay. Somebody up ahead.
And you said you don't remember any 2D racing games. This is a 3D racing game.
Opponent team wins. Dreaded dead last.
It's a 2D sprite in a 3D
It's called a
environment.
sprite scaler.
And do I want to continue or let it time
I
out?
don't know, whatever you think. Hey, Las Vegas. It's got to be Vegas. Press start to select course.
Your host simply.
And of course, I had to use fat ones.
It's Elvis Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tolerate, just so you know, any disrespect to the king on my videos. This is a sprite scaler, they call it.
Yes, I can see why. Oh, well, he
You blew that guy up, then he came right back. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Cheat. They cheat.
So I guess I'm supposed to be avoiding these humps in the road. They look like they're slowing me down.
I think you're going pretty slow there, buddy. You're in 3rd place. You're basically where you were last time after you sat there for 3 minutes.
Wow. That's not entirely true because they didn't lap me this time.
You're up to 1st place.
Oh no.
The guy took it from you.
Yeah, it's real hard not to immediately run into the back of the people once you stun
Red,
them.
find the rock.
You ran right into a rock.
Also, I just realized this really isn't much Vegas as much as it is desert.
Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe if you go far enough, you end up in the strip. And I mean, it is. The whole thing's based on like a 4-wheel drive thing.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense to be driving through downtown Vegas.
Yeah, but then why the Elvis thing?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
why were these people floating in the air?
Because you hit them and knocked them up in the air, and they maintain formation.
Didn't see that.
They were ascending to heaven to be with the king.
Is he dead in this timeline though?
I don't know if it, I'm just playing along because he obviously wanted us to think that he's dead, but we all know he probably didn't really die.
No, I meant the timeline of this game.
Oh, I don't know.
I got bumped into it. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be.
You're in 4th place again. 3rd. Oh, you had it. You blew it. You had it. You blew it.
2 laps left, I guess. Is that what
I
that's
think that's what it says.
So is there like any strategy to the gas, or is it pretty much just hold it down the entire
I
time?
think you just hold it down the entire time.
Okay.
Look, this wasn't meant to be like a.
Oh no.
This was kind of for kids.
Well, I just noticed I was spinning out. I didn't know if there was because I was supposed to be letting off the gas or anything.
And it said last lap,
Yeah.
which means you've been driving around in a circle this whole time. There will be no strip.
Man, those bumps really slow me down.
Lucky that was a hay bale and not a rock. That would have been the end of you.
Yeah.
That would have ended you.
At least I'm getting second so far.
You ended up 4th.
The opponent's team wins.
It says you loser.
Dead last.
It's mocking you.
So how come I didn't get to go across the finish line?
Because you lost. It wasn't no. You were in fourth. There was no reason for you to even.
But the person in front of me hadn't crossed either. Is it just goes?
He was in third.
Is it just
Look, you're a sucker.
failed to enter?
It says you're a sucker. Wow, it's talking trash.
But hey, I got 22,000. That's like the highest you've seen, right? Yeah, see, rank 1.
Oh yeah, you're number one. It's you're excellent. It says. So what do you think? Is this a step up from Spy Hunter, or maybe kind of similar?
I mean, probably similar in terms of how good I am at it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Because I am not good at either one.
All right, folks. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. I didn't turn any of these into road riots, by the way. So don't come at me, people. Operators did this, and I don't even blame them. Do you blame them, Matt?
At the time, no.
Because, I mean, they had the Spy Hunter. It wasn't making the money anymore.
I will say, though, even back then, why did this seem more appealing than Spy Hunter?
Because it was new.
I guess.
This was 1991.
What year was Spy Hunter?
1983.
Yeah, okay, I get it now, yeah.
So, I guess they decided this was a good idea. They actually did a pretty good job on the kit, because you can't, you didn't really know that it was a Spy Hunter.
Right, yeah.
When you first saw it, did you even know that it wasn't always a road riot?
I can't say that, but I'd have to see the side art to know.
Yeah.
Which in most of the arcades, they'd be all stacked up so you couldn't see them anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, I think they did a pretty good job on the kit. So the operator tried, and hopefully they fed their family with it. So there you go, folks. Leave your comments below. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you, and make sure to check out my brother's channel, my brother Donnie. We're working on the grocery store over there now. I don't know if he's uploaded those videos yet. Donnie bought a small grocery store in Jefferson.
Was it the one next to the green building?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
have you seen that one?
Yeah, I thought it was still open last time I was down there.
No, they went out of business.
Oh, okay.
And then they just kind of abandoned it, and the rain was starting to come in. So,
did they leave all the food in there?
No, they took it all out.
Okay.
It was all discount, expired stuff, discount stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took it all out. But anyway, so go check out my brother Donnie. He's been working in that building. I don't know if he's uploaded the videos yet, though, showing that. But he will. So go subscribe to the channel and you'll see it. And then it's pretty crazy. I'm over there too, by the way. So I usually film most of the stuff. Yeah, he's been up on the roof, replacing the shingles and stuff. Pretty crazy.
Oh, yes.
On Main Street, before we even owned the building, he was working on the building.
Got to protect the investment.
Yeah.
That you haven't made yet.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty crazy. Let's go check that out, and make sure to give us a thumbs up for filming it for you like that. And also, thank you to everybody that's been using our Amazon links. We appreciate that. Somebody the other day, Matt, bought a leaf blower.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay. So if you click the link below and buy anything on Amazon that you were going to buy anyway, I didn't convince anybody to buy a leaf blower. Guy just wanted to buy a leaf blower. It might have been a woman. I shouldn't assume it was a guy.
Yeah.
Could have been a woman.
Probably, yeah.
But we appreciate that, whoever that was. So people, if you're planning on buying anything, if you click our link, it gives us a royalty for sending you there. So thank you to everybody that's been doing that. We now have ones internationally, so they're in other countries too, which is what internationally means. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
I just like to reiterate. So thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next video.